Guys, I'm making another follow-up video to my last short. I'm being for real here. This has always been true about me. I'm an athlete, right? I've always done sports. Like in high school, I did wrestling, soccer, baseball, and marching band all at the same time. And if you don't know, marching band is definitely a sport. um, so it is, dude. I mean, try playing out in a field, marching in like 95-degree weather for 6 hours in a row. Marching band's definitely a sport, guys. I don't know if you disagreed with that or not. I just want to talk about, self-happiness for a second, right? I think I'm onto something, right? I'm 36 years old, guys. You know that, and I've always been happy when I just look down at myself on my arms. Look, it has nothing to do with my tattoos, even though you guys are well aware that I have tattoos on my arms specifically, and I do like my own tattoos. I can talk about that, and when I look at them, they do make me happy. But what I'm talking about is something different. I'm talking about, in your own heart, okay, whether you're happy or sad, your mind is always going to something, right? Oftentimes it's others around you, whether it's a personal relationship, some celebrity, somebody on TV, some interaction that's making you either upset or happy, right? Could be anything. You can be focused on objects. You can be focused on this for yourself. So, one of my favorite things, man, is just, and I pray sometimes I don't. Most of the time I'm not really praying, even though I kind of always am in the back of my head. Most of the time I'm really not. One of my biggest sources of happiness is just staring down at my own arms and my hands. So, guys, just look at what I'm looking at. See if you think, if you were me, would this make you happy? And are you me? Really? Let's look at this. I mean, let's just look for a second, My arms, I don't know. If you were just sitting there and all you really had access to, and I'm sorry for everybody who doesn't have arms, but we have arms and we can talk about what makes us happy. If you just look down at your own hands, look how beautiful that is, okay? And look how precious it really is, Doesn't that seem precious? Doesn't that seem strong? Doesn't that seem important? Doesn't it seem like you can do a lot with this? You understand? I mean, I'm not even looking at my biceps, which I care about too, right? But I'm talking about actually just everything in your forearm and then your hands. What else do you really need to focus on to keep yourself happy, right, guys? It looks creationary. My own arms and, my own hands look like they were created, I think. I think they're beautiful. And I love them. And I love myself. And I think you each should feel like that.